Yeah, our language, brother. You learn the language. You have the language from us.
Go for it.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. This is the second time I come back here, to speak to Bob, but as everyone knows, Bob, a person that is slapping people. So you have to be careful. So anyway, I come here to refute his lies, okay? This man, what he does, he goes to Muslim who hasn't studied, or layman Muslims, and he brings some doubt. He thinks it's a big doubt. Last time I refuted his speech, and let me clarify something. Some people say, why don't you speak to him face to face? I know some people out there, they like entertainment. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to teach. I spoke to Bob before, face to face, and a person that he cannot answer questions, and he starts shouting, therefore, Shamsi, that's his style, There's something you have to give him, his voice is so loud, okay? Shamsi is like, what's his name, J. Smith. But anyway, we are here for educational purpose as well. We're not here for entertainment. When it's needed to approach him, I'll approach him. I came, he's not here, okay? I came last time, he wasn't here as well. But I refute his doubts because for the Christians likewise, Jesus, when he refutes people's doubts, not every time he was to refute someone's doubt, he goes and debates with him. So it's no condition I have to go and approach the person to refute his lies and deception against our religion. Likewise in the Qur'an, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when the Arab pagans brought doubt about Islam, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to refute their doubt without going debating with them. So some people I notice when you make a video addressing the doubt that people bring, say go speak to him. Now listen, if you want to learn, you can learn, but if you want entertainment, then go to fanfare. Anyway, the point here is, he went to some brothers and he said, Quran got something historically wrong. Okay? What is it? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions Surah Isra, سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرامي إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله. نعم, Subhan, magnify and glorify the Most High, Allah, who has took his servant Muhammad from Mecca to Jerusalem, the Masjid Al-Aqsa. So he said that historically there was no mosque there. Because he doesn't understand what is a masjid, he thinks a masjid, it must be what? A building. No, a masjid in Arabic language means a place of worship or a place of sujood. Okay? Huh? Place of prostration, yes, barakallah. Because many people ask me to translate some words and I forget without, I mentioned Arabic, but I don't. So masjid in Arabic means place of prostration or a place of worship. So we're going to read out what Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said. Because even Mecca, Allah still called it Masjid al-Haram, but there was no proper building for a mosque. But however, there was a mosque there before. So that location is a masjid, that place is a masjid. Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, فإن المسجد الأقصى اسم لجميع المسجد الذي بناه سليمان عليه السلام وقد صار بعض الناس يسمي الأقصى المصلى الذي بناه عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه وأرضاه. So he said here, let me translate English. This Ibn Taymiyyah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, مجموع الرسائل, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa is the name of the whole of the place of worship built by Sulaiman, peace be upon him. Some people start to give the name of Al-Aqsa to the prayer place which built by Umar ibn Khattab in the front of it. Praying in the prayer place which Umar built for the Muslim is better than praying in the rest of the mosque. So all that place in Jerusalem, which is there's a bit Sakhat al-Qubba, which is in English how to say? Dome of the Rock. That mosque which was built by who? By Al-Walid ibn Abdul Malik ibn Marwan or Sulaiman. I believe Al-Walid was built by Al-Walid. That mosque is in Masjid Aqsa. So all that place called the Masjid Al-Aqsa, you see, is a big open space. So when Allah mentioned, and there was still like some walls still there, did not got destroyed. Yes. So when Allah said the Masjid Al-Aqsa means that located place which was built by Adam or his offspring before that. Then Sulaiman or Jacob rebuilt it again. So all that place is a masjid because they said Allah told Adam to build the Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem to have two places for the Mecca and Masjid Aqsa. So Bob, learn before you start speaking. But I don't blame you, Bob, because you are the same person who believe 1 + 1 + 1 is equal 1. And I want to tell you, please tell us which school you've been to, because their government has to shut it down as soon as possible. Because we are suffering. You live one. On the other hand, you're the same guy who believes that the Most High, who does his nature does not change, became a baby and he was inside the woman's private part. So you should not be speaking against Islam at all. That's why my brothers out there, when Bob approach you, speak about the foundation, asking this question: how man can believe the Most High was inside the woman's private parts? The Most High, because there's two things. The Most High, he doesn't change his nature. So the question, when he was as a baby, inside a baby, 2 months baby or less than that, inside the woman's private parts, is that his nature? A'udhu billah. That's why many Christians left Christianity. Christianity is dying in the West. Why? Because people are people of intellect. How you believe the Most High, the creator of the creation, became a baby. So this one thing. So this course dealt with it. So al-Masjid means that place which is Al-Aqsa now, all the open space, that court, all that is called Masjid Aqsa. That was built and it was destroyed, I believe, once or twice. However, that place still called a place of worship. Then Sahaba, Abdullah ibn Khattab built a mosque there, and likewise, his name Al-Walid ibn Marwan, and there were other Tabi'een and other Muslim leaders built some or fixed some parts of the actual mosque that was built after. But that place still called Masjid Aqsa, just as Masjid al-Haram at the time of Sallam, there was no proper building, but still called a masjid because that place was a place which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Adam to build, and all that was called a masjid. Is that clear? Okay, so the second issue I want to address, that guy who shouts like a crazy man, what's his name? Cain. Look, wallahi, there was a video. My family watched that video. She said, please, you should ask the guy to take down the video. You're just shouting. Of course, in Speaker's Corner, people shout. It's embarrassment sometimes, you know. You shout like a crazy man. These guys just shouting. You're a big man. Imagine children watching your video, just shouting. You're not letting no one speak. So he's speaking about the verse in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, about Nazif. Na'am. That he said Nazif mean that this verse talking about what? Bleeding. It's not talking about bleeding. He said, but the Muslim translators mistranslate it. Let us go to Imr Uqais. Imr Uqais, by the way, it was an Arab pagan before Islam. Imr Uqais has a line of poems which he mentioned in Nazif after drinking alcohol. So is Imr Uqais mistranslating it as well? Why are you embarrassing yourself? Wallah, it's embarrassment. Imam al-Qurtubi rahimahullah ta'ala, when he explained the verse, وَلَا هُمْ عَنْهَا يُنْزِفُونَ or يُنْزَفُونَ, okay? So he said here, the line of poems that I mentioned, نَزِيفٌ إِذَا قَامَتْ لِوَجْهٍ تَمَايَلَتْ. So he's talking about what? He's talking someone that drunk. So Nazif here, it means someone who's drunk. So there's a context. Even I remember when he was saying Nazif means bleeding, one non-Muslim guy, he said, but hold a minute, the verse talking about this word came after they've been drinking. So how is bleeding? Doesn't make any sense. Where it talks about the people of paradise, they will drink alcohol, but they will not get drunk. They will drink out of enjoyment. So again, as I said, إذا عرف السبب بطل العجب. When the reason become apparent, then your amazement will go away. You know, sometimes you're amazed about something, but when you know the reason for it, your amazement go away. You have English speaker here speaking about Arabic language. He cannot differentiate between الضاد والطاء والعين والغاء والفاء والقاف واللام والميم والنون والهاء والياء. He's speaking about grammar and eloquency. ايش هذا؟ That's why Speaker's Corner, there's a lot of crazy people here. However, there's still goodness here. That's why me, myself, I come down, try to give dawah to those who are sincere. However, the nature of Speaker's Corner, sometimes yes, you get caught up with the crazy people. And when this happened to me, I go home and I regret it. So I hope that is clear, that Nazif, even we can go back to pre-Islamic dates. Poets, they mentioned this word about drinking. So Cain go learn English, then learn another language, then start speaking about Arabic language. So please, inshallah, everything that is clear. And I will ask, kindly to those who are watching, please, if you want to learn about Islam, don't learn from those who hate Islam, Islamic haters. I will tell you something, look, just reflect upon this. There is a huge war against Islam, unbelievable. Everyone noticed that. Everyone knows that. Even some non-Muslims will tell you that. If the war was waged against any religion, that religion would be dead long time ago. However, Islam, even there is a huge war against Islam, not just Islam defending itself, is fighting against. And the fastest growing religion on the face of the earth is Islam. Alhamdulillah, Islam is spreading in the West. And Allah shows you His power, His might. They keep saying we force people to become Muslims. Here you can't even control yourself, let alone to control others. But yet, people accepting Islam, British woman, British man, likewise the Europeans and the Americans, without using a knife or a sword or a spoon or a fork. We're not using no one. Why? Because Islam is the truth. And that's what Allah sent the Qur'an 1400 years ago. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا. It is He, Allah, sent Prophet Muhammad with the truth and a clear guidance in order for Islam to overpower the other religions and sufficient for Allah to be witness. Many people accepted Islam in the West, as I have mentioned, without forcing no one, because Islam is the religion of the Creator, the Most High. And if the Most High wants to establish something in His kingdom, no one can stop it. Even some people are trying to do so, but they will never be successful. For example, Tommy Robinson, the liar. Some of his family became Muslims. He's the biggest liar in the West. And those who follow him, they stupid people, are ignorant, they don't know, or donkeys like him. Without any doubt. Some of them don't know. Those guys, I have no problem to speak to, discuss with them. Some of them, they hate Islam so badly, they don't care. For example, I was in South London with our gazebo, our store Dawah, called CC Dawah. So we have a banner saying Islam is free from terrorism against ISIS, Qaeda. So this English guy came to me, he's watching it for long. He said that is a lie. I said it is not a lie, but you're not happy with that. You want me to be here saying something else. I said to him, you have no doubt you support ISIS. Just in order for ISIS to give bad name to Islam. You hate Islam so much, even you spend your own money to support ISIS. Clearly, I have a clear banner saying we are against it, but you're not happy I'm doing that. Why? But I have to be just. A lot of British people, when they see that, they give us fama. They say, thank you for coming outside, clarifying the truth. So the foolish one, like Tommy Robinson, like Bob the Liar, like Jay Smith, like Hyena, like Devil, like Dogwill, all of these, they're liars. But they don't know that even though they are in speaker's corner, now and then someone become a Muslim. Who's doing the job? Not me, not us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if anyone has a question or correction, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, slip of the tongue, na'am, you are more welcome to ask me a question or to correct me. Do you have any question, brothers? خلاص إن شاء الله then we're going to start watching each other. نعم.